In this video, we're going over Google My Business SEO, how to rank Google My Business tutorial. I'm actually going to, in about 10 seconds, share my screen, and I'm actually going to show you right over the shoulder one of our case study Google My Business that we run for one of our clients, and go over and dissect a whole bunch of things when it comes to search engine optimization with Google My Business. And as you know, Google's always changing things, so we always try to stay up to date with our clients and also with our projects and case studies. So I'm bringing to you what we see that's working now, and I'm going to show you right over the shoulder some of these things. And now, if you are new to my channel and this is your first time watching one of my videos, I do talk about digital real estate, investing and making money online. If you like that type of content, definitely click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos moving forward. I always try to add a lot of value. So now let's dive right into this Google My Business page. Okay, so we're going to dive right into the Google My Business SEO. And right now I have one of our sites up right here. This is the Google My Business, Lubbock Roof Repair. This is in other case study videos that I have shared in the past, so you might have saw this before. And we're just going to go over a couple things. So the first thing is, and I have a nice document I made right here, is business name. Now, a lot of people will say business name doesn't matter, right? And I could tell you this, we've worked on a lot of Google My Business pages, and business name, having a keyword there definitely makes a huge difference. I do think Google's trying to maybe fight that a little bit, but even if you have a brand, let's say like Apple Heating, we would still try to do a partial match in there. So we work with a lot of brands that have multiple locations or they're growing and they want multiple locations. So what we'll do is, let's say one of their offices and Google My Business listings is in New York, and let's say they were called Apple Heating, and let's say they have appleheating.com. We would actually just make it Apple Heating New York. So now they're getting Heating New York in that listing. And then let's say they have another location in New Jersey, we would make that Apple Heating New Jersey. Now they're getting Heating New Jersey and have a location there, okay? So business name definitely is important if you can get the keyword in there. Again, though, that's not the make all break all, right? That's not going to be the only difference. It is very powerful if you can do that. So next on our list is category. And category is important that you get this right. This is kind of common sense right here. We know that we're a roofing contractor, and that's what we do. Now you can add additional categories. Sometimes we will do that if we find things that, one, really fit towards what we do, or if we see what competitors are doing. And the way we do that, we'll just do a quick Google search. And here's some competitors, right? I could tell already right here that they're going to have roofing contractor, roofing contractor, roofing contractor, right? Everyone that's in the top is going to have roofing contractor. And I have GMB Everywhere. That's a little tool that we're using. The GMB Everywhere extension pops up these boxes, and I click on a basic audit. It gives you some good information. Categories, that's what we were looking at right here. We have roofing contractor. So I could copy it, make a list of all this stuff, right? Information from the competitors. So I always look at the categories. So we're going to go back, and the one under him, Hartman, let's do a basic audit. And again, categories, roofing contractor. So when I start seeing like what categories the top 3, 4, 5 people are in, we know that we want to be optimized around that category. And we already are. We are optimized for roofing contractor. We already have that there. Now, again, when you're first setting this up, you wouldn't have that there, right? So it's good to go check this out. You can get GMB Everywhere too. Like you can get, for a free account, 5 audits a month. You might want a paid account if you're doing a lot of GMB building and a lot of client work. You might want to get a paid account. Let's get back to our breakdown sheet. So we went over business name, we went over category, and we're checking top rankings to see what categories are ranking in the top, right? Because success is leaving footprints, right? So if Google is rewarding the GMBs at the top, we want to see what they're doing. Now, quick funny story is we used to dominate in the top for a lot of keywords with this website right here, Lubbock Roofing Contractor. Well, our website still dominates a lot of keywords, but our GMB used to dominate, and we used to get way more phone calls. Now, I'll tell you this, GMB is so powerful, and I can tell you this from experience, from case studies, from sites like this, because when this GMB was ranking, we would get a lot more calls. And our website is ranking #1 for, I think, Lubbock Roof Repair, Lubbock Roofing Contractor. So it still does get calls, but not nearly as much as when Google My Business was there. So it just shows you that, yes, websites organically that are ranking #1 will still get calls, but Google My Business really is the fuel on the fire. and that's why it's so important. Now, why did we lose rankings? And it's good that I'm showing this because it's also going to teach a couple lessons here. There are some new algorithm updates, especially with reviews, okay? And I'm sure maybe some of you that are in this game might be seeing this right now. There's a lot of reviews being filtered out. This GMB used to have, I think, almost 20 reviews, maybe a little more around there. I can't remember exactly where it was. And that was really enough where when we built those and dripped those in, it really, with everything else we were doing and what I'm going over, and our off-page stuff, it really boosted us up for a lot of keywords. We were #1 for Lubbock Roofing Contractor, #1 for Lubbock Roof Repair, #2 for, I think, Lubbock Roofers, in the map pack for roofers in Lubbock, right? A whole bunch of good terms that really build up a lot of search volume, and we were getting some good calls every single week. Well, we lost a lot of those rankings, and it's due because if you go look at our reviews now, and I'll just click on this, and we'll get to this because this is really important. There's one review, and it's from one that I left in May of 2020. That's it, right? And all the other reviews were removed. They were filtered out. And some of them were actually good reviews, real reviews, right? That we had someone reach out and get. And that's why it's important to put like a review funnel process in. But even now, some real reviews will. There's an algorithm to it. We actually are testing some things out that seem to be working really, really well. Will we implement them on this Google My Business? You know what? I probably will add Google My Business reviews to this over the next month. And the reason being, I want to see if we bump back up because now I could really see how much the reviews play a part in rankings. And I believe they play a huge part. And we'll get to that, but I just wanted to let you know why we completely kind of disappeared. We're on like the bottom of page 2 of Google My Business listings where we used to be in the top 3 pack for a lot of terms. And the things that change is that our reviews got wiped out. So we'll see if we can battle back, and if we get reviews that stick back on, if we go back up. So not only this video going over some of the really good optimization key points that we see working, but it's also good that I could point this out from real experience, showing you like, wow, look what happened. We completely dropped by getting our reviews wiped out. And actually another YouTuber or viewer or subscriber actually pointed this out. That's how we ended up realizing that they were removed, and we realized that our rankings tanked with the GMB. So it's a good lesson here to also point out. So let's get back to what we're doing. Service area. Okay, so we're going to come back over to our info and service area. Now, because Lubbock, I think it's around 100, 200,000 people population. It's not a huge city. I just like to put Lubbock in there, right? Like as a service area. If we're gonna move on to another city right outside of Lubbock, if the juice is worth the squeeze, what we'll do is if it's another city that's 100,000 or more, we'll just actually go get a GMB there. We feel it's better just to actually optimize a whole nother location, create another location page on a site, right? Instead of trying to squeeze, I know a lot of people will come in here and they'll start adding so many different cities. The thing is, we are not finding, that you're going to actually rank in those cities, especially if they're not that close to your location. Proximity is playing a part, we believe. So we'll just go build that city out. Now, if you're in a bigger city with a whole bunch of small cities, depending on where your location is, we'll add some of those ones that are really close by into that, and we'll see if we can actually get some calls from that area. For example, if you were in Manhattan and your location was close to, let's say, Soho, we would also use Soho in there, right? And then other locations that are around there, right? Because that's a big city. These little cities make that up, so we can get away with that. But if it's in a fairly small city, we'll just try to dominate that city with that location. Okay, so Lubbock, Texas, we're just using Lubbock, Texas. Now, if we found that there's another little city within Lubbock, maybe we can add that as well. But in this case, we're just strictly going for Lubbock. That's our really main focus, is to dominate Lubbock, right? So that's how we are using the service area, and it's working for us. Hours of operation, very important to fill this out. Another thing I will tell you to do is for each project, we create a project folder and organize this in Google Drive, and you want to create what we call a foundation form. We put all the business information into that. So name of the business, service, service areas, hours of operation, website link, right? Everything, phone number, name, address, phone number, all this stuff, website link. This way, our team can always just go and copy and paste things when we're building things out like citations or social or ordering things. Everything's in a foundation form. Number one, it's all organized in there. You don't have to try to like go around and open up websites and copy links. It's all right there. And number two, it stops you from making any mistakes when spelling, trying to guess what the hours were when it's all right there. You just copy and paste it. Trying to make things easier for ourselves and streamline things so that the team can work efficiently and get things done faster. And that's what you should be doing as well. Creating a project folder, taking the time out to do this, and creating a foundation form where all the business information, all this information will be on there so you can just copy and paste it. So the next thing we'll go to, make sure the phone number is correct. Again, should be coming from your foundation form. Website, the actual link to your website, make sure that's correct, should be on your foundation form as well. Then services. This is very important. And let me just come back to our sheet. So we have service area, hours of operation, now services. This is very important. You want to add services, and as your Google My Business ages, Google My Business will actually recommend services. Like some of these are recommended, right, that we didn't even have on there. We'll see them highlighted in orange. It'll say recommend when you open this up. And what will happen is they'll be recommended, and at the bottom you can just go, yes, we will recommend it. So a lot of them are just added, but like our main ones we have here, and you'll notice that we filled out a description for them. Not many people are doing this. It is a best practice now, and we teach this, and other people are teaching this now. So go in your services, make sure you fill them out on your main services, and make sure that you're given a little description. Very important. And we feel that Google, when someone's looking for something, let's say a roof inspection in Lubbock, will actually have the upper hand because it actually can see that we mention it in our services, that we do roof inspection. So think outside the box on all your services and specific keywords and different services that you offer that you can tie into that location and add them underneath your services. Okay, and let me just get back to this. So GMB Post, right? This is a great place to, number one, stay active so Google can see you're active. Again, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, this is what's going to help you rank. Honestly, you could rank without GMB Post, but it is another thing that if you are running a real business, why not take advantage of this? Because if this can help with also engagement, why not take advantage of it if it's your business? And what we do here in the GMB Post is there's different types of posts. Now, let me just show you real quick. What we do here in the post is we'll add a video with a little brief description just so that it makes the brand look good, right? Not necessarily saying that this is going to, right, boost us up, but it's active. And also when you have video, brand video, it makes the brand look like a real brand, right? So we put our brand video there. Here's another post. With everything going on, we just posted, even during these difficult times, we're here to help, right, needing the roof, and then we link over to our site. But you can also do product posts, right? And let me just move myself from here. Okay, so I moved myself, and now we can see right down here what you can do is up here the different types of posts. So product, we like to take advantage of product and what's new. Again, if you have an event, depending on what kind of business you have, right, an offer, but product and what's new. What we do with the product is we'll actually mention the service is that we actually have, right? For an example, roof repair. We'll make a product post around roof repair. So this way, right, here it is. Here's one, roof repair in Lubbock, Texas. So let me just open this up so you can see what it looks like. So it has an optimized image and then the product name and then a link to the roof repair post on our website. So we're building a link within this post over to our site. So that's important to understand too. So on this, we're linking back to our main website, but not just to the home page, to the actual roof repair page, because this product is all about roof repair. So we're building a link from this post over to roof repair. And we wrote about 590 unique words in here, all about roof repair, and we optimize it around the city as well. It's just another good place to build links back to different pages that are relevant to the topic you're talking about to your site, and then also a place to build links back to either your Google My Business, to other posts. So on these other posts, right, different things like this is what's new, these under a what's new, or at this one where we're just talking about going through these difficult times right now with everything that's going on. We're still here, learn more, links back to the site. And this post was just a branded video, really good, makes a brand look good, right? I believe this builds trust and engagement when people can actually see this if they find your Google My Business and see this video here right on your post. And you'll notice too, it's a place where you can actually build links to different things. Build links not only back to your website or social media platforms or other posts, right? You can build links to other posts, but also build links to your Google My Business page, to your page. If I click this link, right, this is going to open up the Google My Business, right? So building links internally to other posts to your Google My Business. I think we use the share link on this. There's also the CID link. I'm not going to get into too much details about that, but no, there's different types of links that go directly to your Google My Business that you can actually build towards, so that you're building actually power towards the Google My Business. So that's Post, and it's definitely something that I believe you should take advantage of. Let's jump on over here. So we went over GMB Post. Again, this is not something that I believe is so critical that if you don't do it, you're not going to rank. We rank plenty of Google My Business without it. It's just a bonus. It's just a bonus that a lot of businesses aren't taking advantage of. And if you're building a real brand or you have local clients, they should just be doing this and build it into their system on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, where they can actually in their GMB post actually display their 5-star reviews as they come in, take screenshots of 5-star reviews, thank people on those posts, write a little bit about the job there. Then on the next week post, you can post about one of your services, right? You should stay up to date on the GMB post just for activity and engagement. And I think it just only helps when it comes to Google My Business algorithm, right? Now, can you rank without it? Again, I just want to stress, yes. Don't feel like if you don't do GMB posts and you do everything else that you're not going to rank. There's a good chance that you still will rank, because again, competitors are not doing this all. But if you actually do this all, this is the domination plan right here, right? And the next thing is image optimization. This is one of the most important things. Okay, you want to keyword optimize and geotag your images. And I say it's very important because so many people don't do this, or they don't do it correctly. So I'm actually going to go over to photos, and you'll see a whole bunch of photos here. And we like to take photos of different things, right? And you could either use stock photos, or if you have a client, you want to make sure you're getting their photos. If they actually are taking photos too, if they're a contractor or someone in the field and they're using their iPhone to take the photos of projects, that's actually incredible, because the iPhone actually geotags images at the location. And location geotags are important. We want to do that. Now, if you are using stock photos, or if your client is sending you photos like through the drive or email, you're going to have to probably mark those up, especially if they are not already optimized and geotagged from the iPhone. And we use GeoImager to mark them up. And let me just show you GeoImager real quick. Here it is. Start now. And you would drag and drop your photos into this blue area. Once they're loaded, you can load 20 up at a time. You can actually go and geotag them. You can actually find a location and geotag them. This is a paid tool. I will leave the tool link down below. I think it's $10 a month. Well worth it if you're working on a bunch of projects, or well worth it if you just pay $10 and get your project done within that month and then cancel, right? So this is a good tool to just tag your images, geotag them, and then also after you geotag them and load them back onto your desktop or in a folder, you want to make sure that you're keyword optimizing them. You can use the brand and the keyword, okay? So for Lubbock roof repair, let me just jump back into this photo album. So what we would do is, here's the photos. Before we loaded them up, they went and got geotagged, right, for the location in Lubbock. So not only were they geotagged, then we went through our keyword list. We have a keyword list of different keywords. That might be, let's say, Lubbock roofing contractor. That might be Lubbock roof repair. It could be Lubbock roofing services, right? Different keywords that we want to be found for. We'll actually go and we'll also optimize the title of these images before we load them up. So now we're geotagging them and we're optimizing the photos. This is very, very, very important to do this, okay? And you also want to mix in your brand. So again, if we were Apple Heating, we would put, like in this photo, maybe owner of Apple Heating. That's natural, owner of Apple Heating. We'll get some photos like that, still geotag it. Then maybe on this one, we would put Apple Heating working in New York, or whatever location is. So now we're getting the keyword and location. So brand and location mixed together, then also just plain exact match keywords, and also geotagging every single one. So we're mixing it up. No photos, you don't want to over optimize. You don't want every single photo to be Lubbock roof repair, right? We want to name them different things so that the
image file has a keyword in it or partial match keyword, and then we want to geotag every single one for the location though. Then we'll upload them. Very, very important. Okay? I don't see many people doing this, and we do it to a bunch of photos. And if you have clients, they should be giving you as many photos as they can, and you're going through this process. Adding branded keywords, partial match plus branded keywords, exact match keywords, as many as you can, and geotagging them all. Really, really big plus if you're doing that. And now we're coming down to reviews. Critical. If you could keep an inbound flow of reviews and also respond back, okay? And we did do that, and we were dominating too. And I'm mentioning this now again, and I'm glad we got to reviews. I wanted to wait to get here. I believe that Google is really trying hard to filter out fake reviews so that it helps real businesses that are really putting in the work, that are generating inflow bounds of reviews that are from real clients, that they can actually start to tell that they're real clients, right? Aged email accounts from maybe local IPs or however they're going to do it in their algorithm. If they're able to detect this and they see an inbound flow of real reviews coming in, I believe that's going to be a big ranking factor. Big ranking factor. And that's why I'm telling you that our GMB took a big dive down, and it's been at least over a month now, right? Now we're curious to see, were we not only were our reviews removed, was our GMB penalized, or if we were add reviews back, and let's say we get 20 or 30, and I always see who's in the top, like what they have, the average. Some niches you'll notice, like wow, someone has 300 reviews, and the next person has 125, the next person has 75, the next person has 200, right? When it's that competitive reviews, I always want to get to that point as fast as I can, right? If you can, that's why it's good if you have clients. We talk about teaching them how to build review funnels through outreach and getting reviews coming in. And these reviews, you want real good reviews from real aged accounts from real people so that they stick. And if these reviews are sticking and they're coming in and they're getting past Google's algorithm filter, I mean, I think this is going to be one of those main things that are going to help you rank moving forward. I believe reviews are a big, big thing right now. And we're testing things out with it. And we're teaching our clients how to get more and more reviews. And we believe that it's going to not only benefit them with conversions, because if you have a lot of positive reviews on your listing, it's going to convert more people that hit your listing or see you against competitors. But we believe that this is where one of the main signals for ranking is going to come from, is from real reviews. So it's very critical, and not only getting reviews, but responding. Responding because now you're creating more activity for the person that you respond to come back and look at your listing, maybe see what you said, and also just being active on your listing, and Google being able to maybe detect that in the future, seeing that you actually care about your brand and that you're really there, and that you have systems in place where you're posting, where you're responding to reviews, right? I believe it's a good practice. If you have an agency or a real business, you should be doing this. You should definitely be doing this. And moving forward, algorithms are always going to get better and better, and that's why you want to be the person who is doing the domination type of blueprint, right? You want to be dominating by doing things that no one else is doing, and that is being active on all of the features that we're talking about here, responding back to people, and also just making sure that you're adding photos whenever you can and optimizing them correctly. And you really dominate, I think, in the long run, just from those key things, right? Just from the key things that we're going over on page, right? I'll talk about off page a little bit more later on, because that's really where a lot of power comes in. But a lot of niches, especially in smaller cities or unique niches, just doing these 10 steps right here, and sometimes less than the 10 steps, like really getting up to the review part. If you could do the reviews and everything before I talked about, you could really dominate, or at least generate a lot of leads for yourself. Now, the next thing besides reviews and responding to reviews is the free GMB website, which I see a lot of people don't take advantage of. So we'll jump in here and we'll go to website. Now, keep in mind, this is not the website under info. You want to make sure you're linking to your real business website, but this is a free website that's almost like a Web 2.0. That's what we use it as. And I'll go over here, and what it does is once you fill out all your information on your GMB, it pulls everything. So once you have all your optimized images up, once you have your name of your business, your location, your hours of operation, um, your post. See how it pulls the post? This automatically does this. A link back to the GMB because I put that in the post. The one review, we used to have a whole bunch of testimonials, so you used to see a whole bunch here. If you have more than one, you'll see all the testimonials here. And then we add in here a nice like article. You title it, put the keywords in it, and then what do we do within this article? We link back to our GMB directly. We link back to our website. We link back to our service page in here, or you can build links from this page. And what we do is we'll start building links over to this actual free website. We'll boost up the power of the metrics of this website, which also in return links to our website, the main website on our GMB. So we're tiered linking, right? And we do this on Web 2.0s too, and we're using Google's free property to do it. So we believe it's safe that way, and just why not? It's here to use. It's a free website. This is what it looks like. Everything gets pulled from your actual Google My Business. That's why I go through all the steps first of building it out and optimizing it. Most of this stuff will get pulled. The only thing you have to do is come in and add a unique article about your services and location. But look, the whole gallery gets pulled. Your hours of operation, call to actions, your phone number, everything will be there. So this is a free website. Definitely take advantage of it. Definitely build links off of this free website. And then you could build links to this free website to boost the metrics here and send juice flowing through this website to all the other properties that you link to. Now engagement, clicks, interaction. You might have saw other videos that talk about CTR, click-through rate. People, that traffic that's coming to your Google My Business, I do believe that built in Google's algorithm, they can see the popular listings. They can see the listings that keep getting hit, people coming over, right? Traffic, clicking. That's why I also talk about being active doesn't hurt. Sharing your activity, like your post, you can actually share your post onto your brand social media page. People click on it, go over to your post, read your post on your GMB. Maybe they call, maybe they don't, but at least there's a click there. Getting in the top of the map pack organically, obviously in the beginning too, that's going to drive natural traffic. And then people also manipulate that, right? There is ways to manipulate the traffic. I do talk about that in other videos. People doing SEO talk about this and different methods that they use. It's engagement, right? Engagement over to your listing is good. That's why getting inbound flow of reviews, I believe, is so big, because now someone's clicking over to your listing, leaving you a review, so they're having engagement on it, getting people to come over, click to call, click to visit your site. All of that's good engagement. I believe that's another ranking factor. That, along with reviews, I think are two big ranking factors right now. And then off page. And not many people talk about this. They'll breeze over it. And I'm not going to go too deep in this video over it. But building out your off page, which is like your citations. And this is why your foundation form is important, because now your name, address, phone number, everything that's exactly on your business listing, Google My Business listing, you want to make sure it matches on your citations. And your citations are just business directory listings like Yellow Pages, Yelp, right? You want to build those all out because your brand should be featured on those. And then social, like Facebook. Any listing, especially that you see competitors have, we do competitive analysis. You want to make sure you have those listings as far as social and citations. You want to build out the most popular ones, especially niche related ones if you can. If you're a contractor like Houzz, Houzz, that's another one you want to definitely get featured on. Maybe Angie's List, right? All these ones that you know you should be on. And then Web 2.0s, right? Web 2.0s are good, like Blogspot, and I'll show you one. Here's one of Lubbock Roofers, Web 2.0. What we'll do in here, we'll let this age, it's from 2020. We'll go back into Web 2.0s that we build out, and we'll start adding more content. Obviously, we got our link to our site. We link to some of our main social platforms, branded social platforms that we have for the business, and our name, address, phone number on here. Then we'll come back in and we'll add more text content, maybe a couple more images, maybe embed the video, embed the map, and then link directly over to our Google My Business with keyword-rich anchor, and then build more links over to this Blogspot. Now, I could just tell you right now, I'm not going to get deep into this off-page power link building that not only fuels your GMB, but it fuels your website building links, right? Building links, and I call them foundational links first, putting content on some of those foundational platforms, especially like Web 2.0s, that you can link to other things, power up your GMB, and power up your site, and then start linking to these platforms. So tiered linking. And I'll show you just from what we built. If you type in Lubbock Roofing Contractor in Google, we do have the exact match domain, and we are #1. And we're #1 not just because of the EMD. That does help. I know some people say, oh, EMDs don't work. They're wrong. Too many people were taking EMDs and then spamming them. They work if you treat them like a real brand. build out your brand foundational links the way that we're going. And that usually in time, once it ages, the links that we're building, it will boost up to number one, right? Sometimes you don't need anything else, but foundational links, maybe one or two guest posts, depending on the competitiveness, on really good, relevant, high traffic blogs that are relevant to you, get guest posts with relevant content pointing back to you. And that could be it, right? That's all you need. And right now we're staple tier. I think Lubbock Roof Repair too. So like this is, we're number one for Lubbock Roof Repair, but that's not our main domain name, right? But we're number one because we built enough authority around that term pointing back into us to actually rank number one for that. So we'll still get calls from Lubbock Roof Repair, Lubbock Roofing Contractor. I think Lubbock Roofers, we are on page one also. And really, if we wanted to bump up higher for this, let's see where we are. We're in spot, what is this? 7. If I point an exact anchor here for Lubbock roofers from a really relevant blog post that has some power and traffic, this will probably bump up a few spots in time. Things are taking a little bit of time. Again, there's a little bit of patience with the SEO game, but you know, it's a good keyword to try to get to number one because it says it has 590 searches per month. Again, these tools are just tools, but it's a good sign when you see that. I can tell you that 590. If we could pump this up to number one, we'll probably get some good calls, right? Just organically. But, really where the power is to get back in the maps, and we were. And we totally fell because I believe of those reviews being filtered out. As soon as direct correlation, as soon as those reviews got filtered, boom, rankings dropped. Now it's to see if the algorithm penalizes us where we can't come back, or if we get 20, 30, 40 reviews on there, do we start climbing back up? That's the next case study. Okay, so I hope that this overview really taught you something and that you see value in this. I don't want to drag this out any longer than it needs to be, but just know that these things are really important, 1 through 10, and being active, especially if you are a local business owner or you're an agency that's doing local business, GMB, or website SEO. These are core things that you should be doing for your clients or for your business. Getting this done. Staying active on the things that can stay active, like GMB Post, and being smart about that of how you can actually internal link to other posts, link back to your site, link to your GMB. And then really powering it up is really the off-page stuff with press releases, Web 2.0s like I showed you, making sure your citations and social profiles are built out specifically for your brand, interlinking things, and then obviously your website. Powering up your website and doing really, really good on-page SEO for your website that aligns with everything that you're putting on your GMB, and boom, you could really skyrocket your GMB rankings.
I hope you found a lot of value in this video. I really tried to always add it. I hope that this over-the-shoulder type of style tutorial really broke things down for you. I still try to really focus on the main concept and keep the video as short as I can, but as you know, going over the shoulder step by step, it does take some time. I hope you find value in that. If you do, or if you have any other questions or anything that I mentioned in this video, if you want to see more of something specific, definitely comment down below. I will try my best to respond, or at least I will try to create videos. If there's something popular that I see down in the comments or something that sparks interest, I will definitely try to make a video on that topic for you right over the shoulder.